Well, football season is winding to a close, and high school basketball season is now upon us. And on the way, plenty of dunking, shot blocking, dime dropping, and some in-your-face defense. Things that make Chicago area hoops some of the best in the nation. However, with that comes a possibility of injuries. So we talked with Dr. Krystian Bigosinski of Midwest Orthopaedics at Rush about the most common basketball injuries and how they can be prevented. David Kaplan has the story.
The game has changed a lot since, the 1950s. You see these guys playing each other, that there's a foot or two of space in between them, and they're not, bumping each other at all. The modern game is just a lot more physical. The kids are a lot stronger and a lot faster now. They're more explosive, and so we see a lot more of those contact injuries than we would maybe, 20 or 30 or 40 years ago. In basketball, games changed quite a bit.
Doctors strongly believe that high school athletes can avoid most injuries. Conditioning should be maintained throughout the course of the season, and a thorough warm-up and stretching routine is beneficial to the athletes every time they take the court.
The best thing that you can do for prevention is getting athletes going on a good stretching program to develop some flexibility, especially for basketball in their quads. We see kids with really tight quads, quadricep muscles in their thigh and then in the hamstring. So getting them really stretched out and having that become a regular part of their routine. Most high school athletes, for some reason, don't like stretching out too much and they're really tight. That causes a lot of issues. So stretching is really important, and then also making sure that you're nice and strong in the core muscles, in the hip muscles, and then in your quads and in your leg muscles.
Getting high school kids to understand the benefits of stretching is no easy task. Most prep athletes feel they're in great shape and mistakenly feel they don't need to stretch. But Dr. Bigosinski understands the problem and gets the athletes to buy into the stretching routine by relating it to what a professional team like the Bulls does before, during, and after every game.
They're dedicating an hour out of every 4 or 5 hours of the day just to stretching and conditioning. There's very few high school teams that dedicate that percentage of time just to stretching and conditioning. So if you kind of compare it to the pro or the college game, I think there's a trickle-down effect down to the high school level, and you can get some coaches to really buy into that concept and players as well.
I'm David Kaplan, Comcast SportsNet.